It's crazy how just one party invitation, or the lack of it, can completely shift the celebrity landscape. But that's exactly what we're seeing right now. And no, this isn't your typical red carpet spat. This is a Hollywood royalty crossover that's got the entire internet buzzing. Because when Taylor Swift, arguably the biggest pop star on the planet, sent out her wedding invitations, there was one name glaringly absent: Meghan Markle. Yet written in elegant gold calligraphy, clear as day, was Princess Kate. Now, let's be real, Meghan hasn't exactly been living quietly since stepping away from royal duties. She's hustled hard: Netflix projects, Spotify deals, glossy magazine covers, high-profile interviews. The plan was to cement herself as untouchable, to dominate both the palace and the Hollywood stage. But here's the truth about power games: they aren't about past achievements. They're about perception. And right now, perception just handed the crown to someone else. Here's how it unfolded. Meghan's team was gearing up for a major moment. The second season of her Netflix series was about to launch, and the press cycle was ready to roll. But before the spotlight could shine on her, boom, Taylor Swift and NFL superstar Travis Kelce's engagement shattered the internet. And then came the detail that stole the headlines: the guest list. Leaks started trickling out. Jeff Bezos? Invited. Kim Kardashian? Check. Beyoncé? Of course. And then, the kicker: Princess Kate. Confirmed. Not whispered about, not rumored, but confirmed. Meghan? Nowhere to be seen. For anyone who's followed the ongoing rift, this was a moment. Meghan and Kate's relationship has been rocky for years, but this wasn't a royal protocol issue. This was Taylor Swift's personal celebration, a once-in-a-lifetime cultural event that blends music, stardom, elegance, and influence. Being left off that list isn't just missing a party, it's being publicly excluded. It's a signal sent louder than a press release, and the internet caught on instantly. Swifties dissected the move. Royal commentators churned out think pieces before dessert even hit the tables. Why Kate, not Meghan? The explanations came quickly, and they were brutal. Taylor Swift has always been calculated. Every detail of her brand is intentional, from her lyrics, to her Instagram lighting, to who she associates with. Choosing Kate wasn't just about personal preference. It was a statement. Kate is polished, composed, and relatively drama-free. Meghan, on the other hand, often arrives with headlines, controversy, and unpredictable press storms. To Taylor, this was about curating an atmosphere, and she made her choice clear. Insiders claim Meghan is furious. And honestly, who wouldn't be? Imagine being left out in favor of the very woman you've constantly been compared to, right in the middle of your own PR push. Meghan's big moment was suddenly overshadowed, erased before it even began. One day she's the star of her own story, the next, she's watching someone else stand in her place at the center of Hollywood's most exclusive stage. This wedding could have been Meghan's chance to reset her image, to re-enter that elite Hollywood circle. Instead, she's watching from the outside while the cameras zoom in on her rival. And Meghan's team knows how damaging this looks. They tried spinning it. Whispers about prior commitments and creative projects began floating around. But nobody's buying it. You don't skip Taylor Swift's wedding because you're busy. Not when your counterpart is sipping champagne front row at the event of the year. The silence from Meghan's side only made it worse. Every headline, every viral tweet, every reaction video pointed to one undeniable truth: Meghan wasn't on the list. And that list has just redefined who matters most. It stings because Meghan didn't want to be defined only as a duchess. She wanted to be a cultural force, sitting at the same table as Oprah, Rihanna, and Taylor herself. But when it came time to hand out seats at that table, hers wasn't even printed. Meanwhile, Kate didn't need to campaign for her invite. She didn't need a documentary series or a tell-all book to stay relevant. She simply kept showing up, polished, reserved, and always one step above the noise. While Meghan's headline screamed for attention, Kate's presence whispered power without a single word. And that contrast hit like a thunderclap this week. Taylor's wedding isn't just about love, it's a brand summit. The guest list reads like a mashup of Fortune 500 CEOs and Oscar red carpet royalty. Every photo from that night will circulate for months, maybe years. And in every shot, the underlying message will be clear: Kate is there. Meghan is not. According to sources, Meghan saw this coming. She allegedly reached out through mutual contacts weeks before the invitations went out, hoping for at least a nod or a small pre-wedding gathering. Nothing came back. Just silence. And when silence is paired with Kate's very loud inclusion, the verdict feels final. And it's not just Meghan being sidelined. Prince Harry, once the golden rebel of the royal family, has lost much of his shine. The novelty of their step back has worn off, and without big wins in Hollywood, his relevance feels dimmer by the day. Their once powerful narrative as a couple is slipping. For Meghan, the real heartbreak is that she always played the long game. She believed that by breaking free of royal constraints, she'd re-emerge as a modern, relatable icon. But Hollywood has shifted. It's no longer about loud statements and big risks. It's about consistency, subtlety, and timing. And right now, Meghan isn't the one being chosen. That kind of rejection forces a reckoning. Meghan built her strategy on visibility. But if visibility doesn't equal inclusion, then what's it worth? Because you can't shape the story if you're not even in the room. And at this wedding, the cultural Super Bowl of the year, Meghan isn't just absent. She's invisible. Speculation is already brewing about her next move. Meghan has never been the type to stay silent when the narrative turns against her. Insiders say a new project might already be in motion, something polished, scripted, and carefully designed to reclaim her place. Maybe it's another interview. Maybe it's a glossy rebrand. Whatever it is, you can bet it's being plotted with precision. Because Meghan knows what's at stake. Taylor Swift's guest list wasn't just about who's popular. It was about who's trusted, admired, and seen as part of the fairy tale. Meghan didn't make the cut, and in her world, that's a declaration of war. And here's the ripple effect: Hollywood is watching. Executives are watching. Celebrities are watching. In this industry, people move with the current, and if that current now favors Kate over Meghan, opportunities will shift with it. Not because people dislike Meghan, but because they don't want the drama that follows her. Meghan was once magnetic, a disruptor, a fresh voice. But that energy has turned. What was once exciting now feels exhausting. And in a setting filled with royalty, billionaires, and media powerhouses, exhaustion has no place at the table. Kate, on the other hand, thrives in restraint. She doesn't overshare, she doesn't chase headlines, and that restraint has become her superpower. In a world where everyone is talking, Kate's silence speaks volumes. Meghan's next steps won't be easy. If she makes noise, she risks looking bitter. If she stays quiet, she risks appearing defeated. It's a tightrope with no safe move. Meanwhile, Kate doesn't need to do a thing. Her simple presence at Taylor's wedding already says it all. As the big day approaches and the A-listers jet off to celebrate, the message is locked in. This isn't just another wedding. It's a cultural milestone. And when the cameras flash, the photos spread, and the headlines hit, Meghan Markle's absence will scream just as loudly as Kate's presence. Because in this game of status, relevance isn't about who you think you are. It's about who claims you. And when Taylor Swift chose Kate Middleton, she didn't just send an invitation. She sent a message, written in gold. Meghan didn't just miss the invite. She missed the moment.